वेलकम बैक टू चेसिंग द टारगेट। अनफॉर्चुनेट इंसिडेंट्स हो गए हैं कानपुर में, और हम जैसे बोले थे आपको कि बारिश के आसार तो हैं, बट इतने जल्दी और इतनी दुरुस्त नहीं सोचे थे। लाइक सेकंड डे टी के बाद बिल्कुल ही मतलब गेम हुआ नहीं कुछ, एंड 107 फॉर 3 पे बांग्लादेश वापसी कर गए डग आउट में बिफोर द अनाउंसमेंट वाज मेड दैट इट्स गोना बी इम्पॉसिबल बिकॉज द रेन डज नॉट लुक लाइक इट्स गोना स्टॉप इन कानपुर. And the
Yes.
match was called off, unfortunately. Good start for India, but Bangladesh countering well, Mustafa.
Yeah, I mean, initially the ball was swinging a lot. India unlucky not to get a wicket early on, but then they did pick up wickets, and Bangladesh, I think 107 to 3 looks decent on the scoreboard. Aisa nahi hai ki like it's a poor start or anything like that. They would look to consolidate. Now it depends on how many runs look kaun se target tak pahunch sakte. If they can get to close to 400, that'll be remarkable. Yeah, still a lot of cricket to play. I don't know what the forecast is tomorrow, day after, but hopefully we get some play, man, because today was very disappointing in terms of lack of cricket.
देखो फोरकास्ट तो कल का भी है बारिश के लिए. दे सेड फर्स्ट 2 days विल बी प्रोबेबली रेन अफेक्टेड एंड रेन इम्पैक्टेड, एंड आई मीन फर्स्ट डे का तो बुलावा सही आ गया. सेकंड डे देखते, बट यस थोड़ा अपसेटिंग इसलिए भी है क्योंकि आप काफी हद तक वेट कर रहे थे. आई मीन we know that India more or less better opposition है right now, but you would want to see Indian cricket at any given point of time, right? And also build up जो PGT का हो रहा है, New Zealand का भी स्टोर आने वाला, so you want to see Indian players as much on the ground as possible, but rain not happen, letting that happen. However, India started off again. Yashasvi Jaiswal with the blinder. Another beautiful catch from him on Bumrah's bowling to dismiss. I think it was Zakir Hasan. That Akashdeep ke bowling pe, sorry, Akashdeep ke bowling pe Zakir Hasan ko nikal diya. But Jaiswal again looking alert in the field, no
He's
slacking.
catching very well, man. ये series में पहले मैच में भी catches लिया, that second innings as well, and then today also picked up a really good catch. So I think fielding has been very good. India की fielding improve हो गई, and ये बहुत important रहेगा when they tour Australia, because over there will be a lot of chances with that extra bounce and pace. The balls will fly into slip and gully and all that. So I think this is good. Not practice, but it's good that they're taking the catches and doing well. And yeah, I like the bowling as well. India की जो bowling थी आज, I was very happy with that. And but then I'm also happy that Bangladesh did counterattack and they fought a bit as well. So it was decent while it was going on, and then unfortunately the rain spoiled everything.
Yeah, I mean, Shanto was looking very good again in this innings, and unfortunately, and he played a very good reverse sweep as well. But फिर अश्विन का बॉल एकदम पाँव आई थिंक बहुत ज्यादा आगे ड्रैग कर लिया था, उन्हें बाउंस होते कि इट जस्ट क्रेडिट ऑन टू फ्रंट पैड, जिसकी वजह से अगेन एलबीडब्ल्यू हो गया. बट Shanto was looking quite well. But speaking of looking quite well, Mominul Haq, a couple of beautiful boundaries, cover drives over the slip quadrant at times. He's looking very confident from the last game, जो नो impact हो गए थे, like he got out there. But this time around, he looks like a different version of him.
Yeah, and I think you're right. Like, so some of the cracking shots, his defense was also, it looked solid. He looked, yeah, and यही था कि he was trying to score runs, but at the same time that ball thoda sa wear out karo, because the new ball was swinging. There's a lot of movement, so I think, and I think the pitch was alag wala pitch that wasn't the black soil. That's what I'm assuming, because looking at India's lineup and everything, and also just looking at the first few overs of the test match, it looked like it's the red soil. So yeah, I think he was very good. Achhi batting kara under pressure, got runs. He had a good partnership, and then Shanto got out. But still, I think this guy can still now it's about converting this into 100 for Bangladesh. That's what they need to do. They have to look at the positives, and they also have to understand India will come at you hard tomorrow morning. They will pick up that ball and attack your stumps. They'll look to pick up wickets, and they'll be at you, whether it's Ashwin, whether it is Jadeja or Bumrah. They'll be constantly at you. So that's where they have to understand it's also a battle of attrition. They have to be a bit patient, and jab opportunity milengi runs marne ke liye, they can take that opportunity.
Yeah, 100%. Your thoughts on Bangladesh's team, because they did get Taijul instead of Rana, and Khalil instead of Taskin. Chalo, Khalil still, I think, is a medium pacer, if I'm not mistaken, medium fast probably. But Taijul ka ekdam inclusion on a pitch that might not be that spinner friendly. Like your thoughts instead of Rana.
I think it'll work out in the end, because when look pehli batting kar rahe, to agar अच्छे run आ गए and they bowl in the fourth innings, then he'll come into play for sure. So I think it'll work out. Yes, they might have misread the pitch, and if they lost the toss, problem ho jata tha. Lekin I think, look, Ashwin has already picked up a wicket. I expect it to turn on day 4, day 5 for sure, if it goes till then. So agar if Bangladesh get enough runs on the board and they get a lead, and they have to protect a lead, like a 250, 300 run total, then I think Tejul will come into play. So I think it's okay. I'm okay with that call.
Yeah, I mean, it's not looking as moving for the bowler that it was in Chennai, right? Like, first couple of overs, maybe a little bit of movement, but Siraj was taken to the boundaries quite a few times, comparing to Akashdeep and Jasprit Bumrah. उतनी movement नहीं मिली थी off the deck जो अपने को चेन्नई में दिख रही थी. I think again it's because relatively it's a newer pitch and stuff like that. But yeah, the way Akashdeep
But they
also
were,
bowled again.
yeah, I think Akashji Bumrah were getting it to zip. There was a lot of play and misses, and like Bangladesh did look cagey
But
initially.
thoda, I think towards the end of lunch, thoda settled down.
Yeah, as the play progresses, then of course, yeah, it's not like we saw like in Chennai was for a bit longer, and then in the evening
Yeah.
you saw that Ashwin Jadeja
Post,
just
yeah,
smashed it
session 3.
around. So it is similar, but yes, थोड़ा सा less आप बोल सकते हैं कि like थोड़ा जल्दी खत्म हो गया होगा swing, but it was there. It was there initially, and with the weather around it, I think it'll be there tomorrow as well. If we get to see play, ball will move a bit. Of course, it won't be on that level.
Akashdeep making a name for himself for the BGT, for the New Zealand team. I mean, yes, very early days again for him, but whatever we've seen up till now, from the England to the Duleep to the Bangladesh's second test, first session kind of a thing, he's been decent. Like, he's been very good, right on the
Very
money.
good. I think I've been very impressed with him. IPL he was decent, but I think Test cricket mein he's impressed me even more. जो red ball में मैं देखा, the movement that he gets, even with the older ball, he gets it to reverse a bit. You know, he's targeting that stumps. He's relentless. He runs in and gives his 100%, and he looks like a very good skillful bowler. मैं तो impressed हुआ उसके bowling से. I'll be very honest with you, and I hope that he has a great summer, also a winter in Australia. I'm sure he'll get opportunities. He might be your fourth seamer, if not your third seamer. So yeah, I'm wishing him all the best. I've been very impressed with him.
Yeah, बिल्कुल. It's definitely been impressive from him, and he can bat as well. That's what we know. That's what we've seen also in the T20 IPL में भी हम देखे उन्होंने एक आध innings अच्छा खेले थे, couple of sixes. I think it was against us only, if I'm not wrong. When Hyderabad को Bangalore आके मारी थी, Bangalore Hyderabad आई थी, and I
Yeah,
think he
yeah,
got a couple of sixes.
yeah.
That was not that great to see, but yeah, I mean वही है कि 107 में ज़्यादा talking points तो होंगे नहीं हमारे को. Like, we can't really say much. It's been a good positive start from India, but also I think Bangladesh with Mominal and Shanto, they had something going before unfortunately बारिश हो गई. टॉक ऑफ द डे मुस्तफा ये है कि एक फैन डिहाइड्रेट होकर गिर गया था. द बंगाली टाइगर जो ड्रेसअप करके आता देखो यूजुअली जो फैंस में बैठा रहता देखो, ही पेंट्स हिमसेल्फ एज अ टाइगर एंड ही कम्स. तो वहां पहले कोई बोले थे कि भाई उनको मार दिए थे ड्यू टू हिम चैंटिंग आउट समथिंग अगेंस्ट मोहम्मद सिराज. गालियां दे रहे थे सिराज को स्टफ, तो पब्लिक मार दी. बट लेटर ऑन वहां के जो डीसीपी थे, ही गॉट इनटू द मिक्स एंड देन they came to know that he actually got dehydrated.
I don't know what the actual story is, man. It could be a cover up. He could actually be dehydrated. He could be that
No, but
fan is.
there is a video of him now that's come out, like him telling कि भाई मैं dehydrated हो गया था.
Yeah, unless there is evidence that we saw him get like abusing players and he got abused or got hit, then we can't say anything. Magar if those videos surface out, then we'll see. But right now, if he's saying that, ठीक है. Look, I'm not like they might have covered it up, but if he's saying that, then yeah, he got. Then I don't know what the whole commotion was. Why did they initially come up with the story that he got beaten up?
The thing is, he was found like गिरावा पड़ा हुआ था, तो वो समझ के I think कोई उड़ा दिए होंगे, वो हो सकता है, या like the latter also is possible what you're saying, but I think mostly तो he was taken to the hospital immediately. उनको drip चढ़ा दिए, the standard procedure, glucose, blood pressure check करके. But yeah, वो टाइगर बेचारा बेहोश हो गया, डिहाइड्रेट हो गया and गिर गया था. तो वो था सबसे ज्यादा टॉकिंग पॉइंट पूरे मैच में. I mean, yes, again, like we said, ज्यादा क्रिकेट नहीं हुई आज इंडिया वर्सेस बांग्लादेश पे, बट जितना भी हुआ इट वाज गुड टू वॉच के बांग्लादेश इज ट्राइंग टू like you see a psychology of fighting spirit in them in this second.
Yeah, 100%. Even in the first match, I saw fighting spirit. Look, they did put India.
Mostly like batting wise.
But yeah, I think today, so far, up they go. The whole day, the whole innings didn't complete. They can fold for 200, and then we'll say that thing, or they can score. So now we'll have to judge them after the first innings, how many runs they get, and then after India bat. The best time to judge is when the two teams have played at least once, and then we'll know a better idea of the game. But they're definitely in this game. ऐसा नहीं है कि they've been blown away in that 1 hour, 2 hours of play. उन लोग 100 runs बनाए, 3 wicket ही खोए. उसके बाद अभी उनके पास है पार्टनरशिप बिल्ड हो सकती है. मुशफिक और रहीम इज देयर एट द क्रीज विद Mr. Huck. So I think they can definitely score some runs and put some pressure on India, but it will be difficult because India, bhai, very skillful. They know the conditions very well, and I'm sure they have an understanding as well of the pitch. And they also, if it's a good pitch to bat, they also have the batters to come and score runs.
Yeah, speaking of understanding of pitch, man, Sri Lanka, I've understood Gale like the back of their hand, 602.
Yeah,
Like Kamindo Mendis, इसके बारे में क्या बात कर सकते हैं भाई? He is like killing it, 1,000 runs in 13 innings and 58 50s already. He got almost a double hundred, but वो करने नहीं दिया उसको
yeah,
declare
batting,
करके
yeah.
600. I mean, what are your thoughts on the declaration and also the way they batted, both the
I'm
Mendises
always
and
fine with
also
declaration.
yeah, your Dinesh Chandimal again, like we spoke about yesterday.
Yeah, no, I'm always fine with the declaration. I think, like, I understand from the player's perspective that he wants to get to a double hundred. I understand from individual, but I'm always okay. I was
I mean,
okay with
क्या है कि 600 रन बना लिए थे like उतना तो वेट कर लिए थे like तो एक 12-15 रन और
100%. But like 100% of like आप बोल सकते. I don't know what the reason for the declaration was, but it could have been कि they wanted overs in and bowl to New Zealand, and the way he was hitting उन्हें बना देता था 200. Like obviously you want to
yeah.
give him the chance when you're in that situation, but I'm okay with it, man. At the end of the day, it's a team sport, so it's completely fine. But your reasoning is also completely valid that उसको अगर 200 मिल जाता था उसका career भी it would have, it can make a huge difference like those 16 runs, because unfortunately we do look at personal milestones, so it would have helped him a lot if he got to that double hundred.
Yeah, but for New Zealand, it's been very hard 2 days in the sun, not able to get wickets, not able to do. Glenn Phillips picked up three, so you can really say कि भाई none of them were actually other bowlers ज़्यादा कुछ कर नहीं पाए. Fast bowlers थक के चूर हो गए थे. Just psychologically, it's so hurtful कि भाई ये दो player निकल ही नहीं पा रहे. Like it's so annoying.
Yeah, and
And
this
on
is
the other
why
hand,
for them it's just an appetizer. It's gonna get tougher when they come to India. I'm sure about it. So, it's just an appetizer for them. This is probably the best way for them to prepare for that India series, and they need to also now see how can they get wickets on these flatter pitches. How can they make thing, and then with the bat they need to also fight and score runs as well. Get close to that Sri Lanka score, even though it's very difficult, but somehow try and get a result out of this. If it's a draw or win, try to get something from this test match, because it's been a very tough few days, like you said. Both bura maar diya Sri Lanka, and yeah, like it was. You will be disappointed from New Zealand's point of view, but this is where also you have to praise Sri Lanka. I think the way they batted was magnificent. Aap Chandimal, Kabole, Mendes, both Mendises were outstanding. One should have got a 200, one got 100. So एक्चुअली वही हुआ था फैज, राइट? इसके 100 के चक्कर में आई थिंक दे वुड हैव डिक्लेयर्ड बिफोर, बट इसके 100 के चक्कर में थोड़ा एक्सटेंड करे, फिर अब इसका छक्का मार दिया कि इसका 200 आ रहा था, फिर उसके बाद कुछ होगा. सो आई थिंक दैट्स वेयर दे गॉट कंफ्यूज्ड मे बी, बट हां, लाइक द आई थिंक द वे दे बैटेड वाज amazing.
Yeah, I mean, how do you keep your psychology like so up? I mean, if New Zealand के तरफ से बोल रहा हूँ मैं, like guy बेजार हो जाते हैं, खेल कुछ नहीं हो रहा. या तो you try something different, get some random bowler. I don't know what you could do in this situation, but yeah, they use pretty much most of their bowlers. Even Daryl Mitchell bowled 3-4 overs, I think. It's just been a very bad. I mean, either it was too flat for them initially, and then it'll start turning around.
No, they've lost 2 wickets as well, man. That's the problem.
Yeah, that's the thing.
The worst day, right? Like it makes it even a worse day, and that's where maybe I would say the declaration was good. Like for Sri Lanka, they picked up a couple of wickets, but New Zealand. I don't know. Like right now, like you said, the rock bottom. How do you motivate yourselves? It's just you got to keep going. You have to go with it. You have to accept these things happen in cricket. The opposition has a great day. You have bad days, and you have to keep moving. You're a good team. There's a lot of talent there, and they have to look on how they can improve, how they can apply themselves better. And yeah, maybe like try to develop more spinners for these kind of conditions. Also, the current spinners where they can pitch it a bit better, how they can trouble Sri Lanka. That's what they'll have to look at aage jaake. Lekin
yeah, they probably need a Kane Williamson special, maybe a double hundred on the cards for Kane Williamson. I mean, he was very annoyed when the second innings of the first test में जो out हुआ था, he came down the track to hit props Jayasuriya, and then he just got stumped. Like very poor display from Kane Williamson then, but we know what he's capable of doing in this format. He can take the whole day to himself if he wants to bat, and he just needs someone to stick with him, and he'll do it. Ajaz Patel was called up as a night watchman, so देखना पड़ेगा how long he survives before they lose a wicket. But Kane Williamson really, I think, needs to set something for New Zealand, like a double hundred. I think वो target करके चलना उन्हें, so that
already 40 ball खा लिया उन्हें, 6 runs where you can say he's set. So yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. You need a Kane Williamson special.
Yeah, 100%. And England versus Australia also going on the fourth ODI. बारिश हो गई थी शुरू में, restricted to 39 overs the match, and yeah, we'll have to
Yeah.
see. 124 for 2 चल रहा है, and Ben Duckett really improved, man. I really like the way he's playing white ball as well. Like red ball में उसको ज़्यादा pick करते, but white ball maybe he's been showing that he can do something, some
Yeah, I
damage.
think he's gotten the opportunity now. उसको पहले opportunity नहीं मिल रही थी because there was Bairstow, there was Jason Roy, Vince, Hales, all these guys were taking up the wide ball slots, and he had too much competition. But I think he showed in Test cricket his intent, and it does suit the white ball, and it makes it easier in white ball cricket to hit the wide new ball is easier than hitting that new red ball. That's what I feel. So I think he's taken it like his name. He's taken it duck to water, man. This format, and he's been very impressive. It's just that he didn't get opportunities pehle. So वही है. Right now he is batting on 50 with Harry Brook, man. He's in
Yeah,
form now.
his form. Yeah, now no one's talking about it, and that's what I don't like when it's like relevant. Then but irrelevant time पे जब actually, but the problem is उन्हें भी pickups में नहीं मार पाता है. Like I do agree to that point.
Yeah, but I think it's
He's
not
young,
just
he'll
us.
still
If
level.
you see, they have
Give him the
they see
captaincy.
a lot in him, man. They trust him so much. उसको कप्तानी देती है भाई. मैं तो नहीं बनाता था उसको captain. I don't know about you. I wouldn't have put him. But the way देखो आ गया हमें Moses over the high book, my man. But उन्हें we believed in him. He's had bad IPLs, everything. But forget us. England, I believed in him. They've promoted him. They made him captain, bro, and he scored 100.
Yeah.
And now he's on the verge of another 50, 45, 31, man. At Lords, the home of cricket.
Even in the third ODI, like the way he hit it and he got the victory for England, obviously. I think
In
so.
your wedding, I'm going to wear that suit, the red and yellow, the MCC club. Me and Mox are going to go to London and get it tailored, and we're going to come to your wedding. Like that's my favorite in Lords.
But to get Mox to England again, that's a big challenge in itself. अरे इब्राहिम भाई क्या
Or
गया
we'll get
क्या
England to
बोल रहे
Mox. That's not
अरे
a
इब्राहिम भाई
problem.
और शकील भाई, why is Jurel playing? Jurel is not playing, brother. Rishabh Pant is playing. You're just trying to get me to answer that question. So now you know that I'm looking at your comments. I know how
No,
smart
but
you are.
but we gotta wear those suits at your wedding, bro. That's gonna be crazy. That
It looked like
have you
mustard
seen
and
the
ketchup.
MCC?
Yeah,
Have you seen
yeah,
the
yeah.
MC?
Red and yellow.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean Sangakkara और Salwan. टाई भी है उसका तो खैर
beautiful, man.
काया
Crazy.
वाया लग रहा
Jess Head is
है.
also
Jess Head is also watching. Yes, Jess Head is also crazy.
Harris Head.
Ibrahim, I think yeah, South Africa is playing Ireland right now in Abu Dhabi. First T20 against Ireland, and Ireland is batting right now, no loss. But yeah, Harry Brook has been incredible. I think his captaincy also has been decent. I know through the time पे like they're slipping the match away from themselves, England. लेकिन फिर भी they look promising, like their whole team, and this again they look good for the Champions Trophy as well. Mustafa, the number of spinners that they're
You're
bringing
saying
in
that
now.
now, you're talking about England?
Yeah, for like the spinners that they're bringing in, it looks like they're practicing towards that championship.
You're saying that now, but games before, everyone was saying in लोग like बेकार हो गए. They need their big players back. हम लोग मैं खुद बोल रहा था. So I'm not saying like a lot of people are criticizing them. But England is always a good white ball team. I think one thing they have to balance. Look, if they win this, it'll be 2-2. They're still losing in the series. If they win this, it'll be a very important game, 2-2, and then 3-2. Now you're talking about the Champions Trophy. I think yes, they are set because, like you said, spinners hai, and it just also depends on who's going to come back into the squad. If Butler comes, it's बहुत बड़ा boost है उन लोगों के लिए. उन्हें opening है, आपका कप्तान भी है, उसकी range of shots भी आप देखो. उन्हें field के साथ खेलता. He can bring long on up. Hit it over, find it. He can do whatever you want. So I think he brings that added thing. And then Ben Stokes saying he comes in, he's saying if McCullum calls me, I'll play. So if that happens, he gets that experience. And then you add the spinners. I think yeah, they have a decent chance in that Champions Trophy. It does suit them, the conditions. Love the
we've seen what they've done.
Going into Turkey. Yeah, man, Delhi. I saw that Delhi के airport था शायद या वो Delhi से साथ जा रहे थे उन लोग. That was pretty good. Cameron Green out of ODI series against England with the back injury. That's a huge blow because in the BGT he was there all rounder. I mean, you have Mitchell Marsh, but I think that extra bounce that Cameron Green gets, and then with the bat, his counter attacking ability,
his fielding ability.
His fielding at gully is incredible. So I think that would be a huge loss, Cameron Green ka.
But again, we'll have to see what extent the injury. I don't know. Abhi tak doubt for BGT. I think it's still a month and a half away. So I think let's see what they'll probably bring him back somewhere. Let's see. If Abhishek, why Abhishek ignored? Abhishek not ignored. Abhi T20 की team आई नहीं, तो we'll have to wait and see कि क्या टीम बनेगी उसके बाद मालूम होगा शकील भाई. अभी T20 की टीम अनाउंस ही नहीं हुई तो आप इग्नोर बोल दे रहे हो. एंड देन यू थिंक इफ Abhishek and Nitish don't have experience, HRS should buy a big Indian batter in the auction. We've already discussed this. We'll again have to see 5 retentions का rules. I think मुंबई में बारिश के वजह से I think BCCI का ऑफिस अभी बंद है. So that's why they're not given out any news or published anything yet. So we're waiting for that still. अभी भी 5 retentions का तो खाली बोले हैं Indian Express, but अभी we're still waiting it to listen from the BCCI itself.
Gilbert is
What
like
happened with the Bangladesh?
kid at Disneyland and उसको candy नहीं दे रहे like in this stream. That's how.
What happened with Bangladesh fan in Kanpur Stadium? There's two things to this. Like we and Mustafa are just talking about this. That एक बोल रहे कि he got dehydrated and he fell, and then there was a recording from the Tiger. वो Tiger का जो fan है, Mouse himself, he said कि मैं dehydrated होके बेहोश हो गया था. The other one is that someone saying that Siraj को गालियां दे रहे थे. So I'm not sure कौन सा वाला true है, but from what is surfacing right now on Twitter and Instagram, most probably it's the dehydrated one. But again, the thing is like बारिश के weather में dehydration थोड़ा मेरे को समझ में नहीं आ रहा. But again, I mean you can
ये
go
तो
with whatever.
आपको पहले से कुछ तो cover up दिख रहा मेरे को भी.
But again, you never know. किसका BP क्या है? I mean, I can't say much like about that. And if he ate, he did not eat. There's so many circumstances in that as well. So I'm just gonna.
I just feel there is more to it that we don't know. That's the only thing. But maybe he's like you said. Maybe it could be dehydration. I'm not saying it can't be. I've got dehydrated.
So peace, Siraj enjoying in the Range Rover. Mox met Siraj, you know that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he met Siraj personally. Yeah, but apparently Siraj was asking for his autograph. That was the thing.
Just like how Mangill was asking for yours, Rahul was asking for yours.
Mangill तो ask me बेचारा उन्हें तो मच्छर काटा उसको.
तुम उसको डेंगू दे दिए.
So BCCI should not give 5 Indian players if this happens. MI को फायदा हो. Should not give 5 Indian players what? 5 retention for Indians. Yeah, but they won't do that. Again, there have to be a balance in the retention list depending upon the 10 franchises that are there. So bilkul. I don't think 5 Indian players will be there because majority of the people also want their foreign contingent. तो ये जो आप बोल रहे हो वो तो कोई irrelevant ही रहेगा. अभी तक it's just been 5 retentions, 3 Indian बोल के 2 foreign बोल के. But again IPL के तरफ से कोई news concrete आई नहीं है information, तो हम उस पे भी नहीं बात कर सकते. I'm trying to join sports तक channel. He is asking form, please help. Joining in what sense? Like, are you joining a YouTube channel? Are you joining that? I'm not very sure of that. Mustafa Mogs met Bilal Bhai is saying, I want to meet. Achha, he wants to meet Bilal Bhai. Please help him. He wants to meet Bilal Bhai.
We will go.
You met him. You have to come to us in Ramadan. You have to come with us.
We'll go to his new place. Mashallah, it looks amazing. So we'll go to his new gaming. So anyone who's in Hyderabad can go to that Gamers Guild. It's in Banjara Hills, I think. It's a great place, man. What I've seen on Instagram, it's next level. Like, it's a dream for gamers. And you don't have to be a hardcore gamer. You can be someone who just plays casually and go as well. It's crazy. And growing up, I never, I grew up in these cafes, but I never liked it. I just used to go because all my friends they were crazy about Counter-Strike, Dota, and these games. So I used to go with them, and I would play FIFA on the side or whatever. But so I've grown up in these kind of environments where, cafe, playing 4 or 5 hours straight. So like, but this looks like legit, man, like proper. And they have a simulator as well. Formula 1 ka wo bhi try kar sakte.
We do not know what happened exactly, but the hatred and hate speeches that led up to this game should be condemned. Hate has got no place in cricket.
It has no place, but it will always be there. That is the unfortunate part. Whether you I've seen hate from Indian fans, I've seen hate from Australian fans, I've seen it from English fans, I've seen it from Pakistan fans. It happens in every country. It should not happen, but it happens. Like some people turn a blind eye, some people get triggered, but it happens everywhere. Now the same people in India, like who give hate speech, they go to England, they get hated on. Like those England who do it, they go to for example Pakistan or Bangladesh, they get hated on. So this happens, unfortunately, but you're right, it has no place in cricket, and we need to take further action. I think there should be rules in place and everything, because it can be mentally torturing. For example, you could just be going to a game to enjoy. Aap akele, मैं तो कितने बार stadium अकेले गया, like by myself. You Faz also gone by himself alone. And if someone troubles you, it does become difficult. It's not easy, right? Like, so I think there should be a way in grounds. There should be a program where you can get help if you are abused or verbally if you're having issues.
I mean, nowadays they do have, like during the IPL when I went, they were having like security and stuff, but again, not in the वो जो स्टैंड्स में है वो तो मुश्किल है, बट पुलिस वाले खड़ते यूजुअली, लाइक यू कैन गो एंड टेल द पुलिस गाय एंड स्टफ लाइक दैट, सो दैट्स देयर। बट पुलिस में क्या ही कर लेंगे बेचारे, लाइक 1-2 people who are probably at the age of retirement, बेचारे उन लोगों को खड़ा देते हैं stuff like that, so they're not think, but people also have to understand, like, come on, it's like at the end of the day it's a sport. Yes, you get all in up in emotion and stuff like that, and you have to know that, but वही है ना कि like ये hate speeches and hate all of this, like people think कि भाई what I remember मैं अहमदाबाद में था and someone was abusing Rohit Sharma and I just lost it on live and I said what are you talking, he's the captain, नहीं वो विराट कोहली के लिए बोलना है। I said भाई कोई भी रहने दो ना, आपका captain है, you can't say shit about him, you've got to respect him, I love Virat Kohli,
Any
but
player,
Rohit
अब
Sharma,
उन लोग पाकिस्तान
so
प्लेयर्स को अब्यूज कर रहे थे, वो भी गलत था।
नहीं,
like,
but stupid thing है, like that's the thing, इंडिया में आप अपने ही कैप्टन को गाली दे कहीं को आईपीएल के लिए, like
भाई अगर आप एक इंसान को देंगे आप किसी को भी देंगे, तो इट्स
हाँ
you shouldn't be giving it to anybody, like whether it's the opposition or the thing, like because you're there to enjoy the game. I understand कभी गलती से कुछ स्लिप हो गया,
नहीं,
that is
competitive अगर है आप, ठीक है, I understand competition, like आपको मजा आता है, like you want to banter is different than abusing, right? So you banter, you say अरे आपकी टीम इतने बारे हारे, आप ये करे, like आप मेरे को करते मैं आपको करता हूँ, कोई भी करते, you know, whatever it is,
आपको
that's
करना
fine.
मुश्किल है, आप सेंसिटिव है बहुत, आपको बैंटर नहीं कर सकते।
डरते आप बैंटर करने से वो है, बट ओनली थिंग इज लाइक मेरा पॉइंट ये है कि भाई अगर आप बैंटर करें तो विद इन द लिमिट्स करो, डोंट गो ओवरबोर्ड, लाइक देयर इज ऑलवेज अ लाइन फॉर एवरीबॉडी, यू हैव टू आइडेंटिफाई, डोंट गो अबव एंड बियॉन्ड एंड बी लाइक अरे
वही
भाई,
लिमिट्स क्रॉस हो जाते हैं, राइट? लाइक दैट इज द प्रॉब्लम,
तो वही है,
अनफॉर्चुनेटली।
तो
एंड
पॉइंट
देन
वही है कि okay, you know, you
समटाइम्स
just have to know also what you're saying, how you're saying it, what is it provoking something, are you trying to taunt someone at something, don't do that like unnecessary, because you know it's going to set him off, if it's going to set him off then you're calling trouble to yourself, right? Like फिर अगर उन्हें आके आपको कुछ बोला फिर आपको अच्छा नहीं
और ये
लगेगा।
हर जगह होता है भाई, आप ऑस्ट्रेलिया में भी होता है, इंग्लैंड में भी होता है, हर जगह होता है ये, दिस इज नॉट जस्ट इन वन कंट्री, इट हैपेंस एवरीवेयर अनफॉर्चुनेटली।
Bilkul, yeah, and Mustafa has seen in England as well, like firsthand, he's seen it there, and he could tell WTC में obviously everybody was getting bantered, every Indian was getting bantered because Australia फोड़ दे रहे थे, and you know whatever it is, but it has to just be in within limits, and just don't do something to set anyone off unnecessarily. Sampa gets duckets wicket, I'll नजर लगा दिया अपन ducket को। Yes, I might have strong scouts. Yes, we already spoke about that yesterday. Saras can retain their code. I just have to buy a beginner. Yes, we already spoke about that. I'm trying to join the Sports Tech channel. करने को form, you can ask us on Sports Tech. I'm pretty sure they'll probably help you out there. I don't know what form you're talking about, but yeah, you can just go ahead on Sports Tech. कोई भी live चल रहा अगर है उनका, usually big breaking होती है in the evenings. You can go and just talk to them. But yeah, I mean वही है कि इंडिया का मैच ऑब्वियसली कल देखेंगे कि क्या होता है डे 2 पे, होपफुली अगेन देयर इज you know an alert for rain tomorrow as well, so if that happens then थोड़ा मजा निकल जाएगा गेम में से, like unless India do whatever एक आध 1.5 सेशन में कुछ मैजिक करके निकाल दिए प्लेयर्स को, बट अब अदर देन अगर रेन इम्पैक्ट हो गया तो फिर मोमेंटम गेम का थोड़ा इफेक्ट हो जाएगा।
Yeah, like but still agar I don't know, kal agar for example we get like 50-60 overs, then we can still get a result. Agar kal bhi wash out ho gaya, then getting a result might be difficult as well. So I hope that the rain does stay away and we get to see a good contest, because right now the game is nicely poised, so like I hope that we get to see more. I was just looking at the England game, James Smith aake chakka mar diya usko.
Yeah, Michel is very good
This
player
is
right
a
now.
good game, man. I hope the rain stays away here first, because I
Yeah,
want
बाकी के क्या 8 में से 4 काउंटी मैचेस और also rain impacted right now, so like वो भी
this
एक
is
प्रॉब्लम है।
अभी autumn शुरू हो रहा, right? England, everywhere, like in England, America and stuff. So like now the weather is going to get a bit gloomy. It'll get rainy as well. So the fact that we're getting this game end of September, I'm shocked by myself. Like, you know, we're gonna have a game on Sunday also, which is 29th September, England Australia ka 5th ODI. So yeah.
Also, Dwayne Bravo joining Kolkata Knight Riders as their mentor. Mustafa, your thoughts on that? I mean, he's retired now officially from cricket. He got an injury in the CPL, and before his last game, he actually couldn't finish it completely. But he has mentioned that now he is the mentor for KKR. Already, I think he's a mentor for all the Knight Riders now. I think every Knight Rider T20 league team that
Yeah,
there
I
is.
mean, job set after retirement. So like he was also the mentor in the Afghanistan team. I think they had a great experience. Wampe, he did play a role because he had local knowledge, obviously. But yeah, I think it's a good appointment because Bravo, someone with the bat, with the ball, field his. And I've interviewed. I mean, not interviewed. I asked him a couple of questions in the press conference when I first covered the GT20, and he has really good knowledge of the game. Like he will talk in depth. He looks like a very like a guy, like he's not interested in this, that. He's very him and Russell, they're very alert about the game. They have a very good understanding of the game. And also the fact that it's all 3-4 teams makes it easier, right? So he'll be dealing with some of the players who overlap in different teams. Like Narayan will be in 2 teams, for example, like that. So I think it's a very good appointment. It should be good.
100%. Again, legend of
MC पूछ रहा हूँ. Man, you are more hardcore than me. I thought I was hardcore, bro. मैंने
Zim
देखा.
T10 Zim T10 आ रहा कहाँ पे, पहले वो बोलो मेरे को. Like,
अच्छा वो UAE वाला बोल रहे हैं या Zimbabwe T10? Because there's a UAE T10 also happening.
I'm not sure about either of those, but yeah, wherever it's coming, I don't know if it's coming in India. But
This island, South Africa, Ibrahim bhai, I don't know why you didn't comment about this right now. South
he
Africa
did.
chose. Oh, he
He
did
did.
28 for 2. Okay, sorry, my bad. 28 for 2.
Ibrahim Bhai didn't miss anything, bro, according to South Africa.
Sorry,
This match will be
I
a
was
draw.
right.
Rain is forecast until Sunday. The match will be a draw. In this rain-affected game, does India have the advantage of bowling first?
It's tough to say because there's no Duckworth Lewis or anything like that in this, so it's tough to say. Like again, batting last is not ideal always. So I don't know if it's going to be an advantage with the rain, because in one day's T20s, yes, batting second is an advantage, but I don't know about here.
And again, we have to see pitch कितना बदलेगा. Like in the next 2 days, probably we'll probably turn कितना रहे, and ताइजुल अगर इन लंग घुस गया तो फिर वो एक अलग प्रॉब्लम हो सकता है.
वही है, पिच कैसा बिहेव करेगा and all that. इंडिया को लीड मिलेंगी नहीं मिलेंगी वो भी देखना पड़ेगा. Maybe they don't even bat in the second innings.
That's also a possibility. And again, man, बारिश हाँ कहीं को हो रही है. खैर, I mean, वो तो आप कंट्रोल नहीं कर सकते, but yeah, fan code, bro, everything is on fan code. Fan code पे तो यार देखेंगे.
Wow, fan code पे है Zim T10. There was any fan code. That's the thing. Where I am right now, there's no fan code over here. I don't have access to fan code.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna watch it because there's already so much happening in India, Bangladesh. फिर Commando का innings, Commando man has been fantastic, bro.
Huh?
Yeah, if Commando has been fantastic. I'm just thinking like बेचारा कहाँ से शुरू करा, and like now he's been like 13 games and 1,000 runs and anti-dexterous. He's getting everything his way right now.
But he's outstanding. He's killing it, bro. 1,000 runs in a month, or what? Like in 2-3 weeks? Not even a month. You said, right? It's incredible. England में भी run मार रहा है, यहाँ पे भी run मार रहा है. It's outstanding. He's a player to watch out for. And when I saw him in that India one day, of course he looked talented, but I did not expect him to score these many runs in Test cricket. Like, I'll be very honest with you. I felt he was talented, but again, Vele Lage was a player that I was also very fascinated. I thought he's going to kill it. I still think he will. He has a big future, but the way this guy's accelerated has been outstanding, and congratulations to Vinay and the all of Sri Lanka, man, for getting a gem. He's outstanding cricketer, this guy.
In the second innings, India needs 200 or something in 30 or 50 over. Will they go for it? I don't think the way India is, I mean, थोड़े देख समझ के खेलते हैं, unless aggression में just because for the WTC. I don't know how much they'll do that. And again, we'll have to see how Sri Lanka
win, because
Sri Lanka win against New Zealand the second test. And वो point system पढ़ना पड़ेगा, देखना पड़ेगा कि कैसा होता है उसमें.
No, Shakil bhai, I can't read your comments now because Vinay is in the house. Now priority goes to Vinay, all the comments.
He's liking fan code or Ben Stokes?
I don't understand.
You mean you're just too heavy on Ben Stokes, so you probably take Ben Stokes over everything is basically what he's saying.
Okay. Yeah, so I think they'll go for it. Karthik bhai, I think they'll go for the target.
They'll go for the target. Yeah. वही है, I don't know. I tably देखना पड़ेगा. अगर श्रीलंका जीती तो how much of an impact will India have if they drop this test? Like, let's say they draw.
But regardless, it will have an impact, right? If India don't win, so I think they'll want to go for that win. I think a win just sets them up beautifully going into the
New Zealand series.
going into the Australia New Zealand series. Yeah, I think it'll think. This island game is it's in Abu Dhabi. I kept thinking it's an island. It's in Abu Dhabi.
Yeah, Abu Dhabi. Yeah.
You know what else?
Mentioned that.
We should have gone.
Yes, Island. Huh? Yes,
no,
Island.
IFA Awards, bro, this weekend.
IFA Awards.
Damn it, bro. We should have. If I was there, I would have taken you 100%.
आईफा में कौन है
It's
अभी
my
ये?
dream to be, bro. Like Toronto में जब आईफा हुआ था, I went like a few weeks later. Now like Abu Dhabi में हो रहा है. It's man like I really want to go to IFA.
So you didn't go
Salman
then?
Khan, Shahrukh bhai. No, it's this weekend. I can't go.
No, the one in Toronto.
No, I didn't go. I wasn't there.
IFA is hiding from you.
It was there
Uh,
2008, just before I went to college, basically. But I went
please,
that summer. Must see what's happening. Canada winning 4-0 ODIs against Nepal and Oman. Bro, your friend Harsh, what's his name? Harsh Thakkar.
Harsh Thakkar.
Yeah, he's bowling really well, man. His economy
But
is
उसको
very good.
निकाले कैसे यार वर्ल्ड कप में से बेचारे को? Like that's
Yeah,
so
उसकी
stupid.
गलती है. Like Vinay Singh corrupt ये वो like, but उसकी गलती है. He wasn't fit. Like how are you gonna take a guy if he's not fully fit?
But like again, like
He said मैं फिट हो जाऊंगा थर्ड वीक में, सेकंड वीक में. सर थोड़ी होता है इंटरनेशनल क्रिकेट में. थर्ड वीक में है तो आ
जा
जाओ.
रहा हूँ कि 3 मैचेस में तो एक मैच तो खेले नहीं जो मेन मैच था इंडिया से, तो like I feel bad
But
for
bro,
them.
they played very well even with this team. खाली वो जो एक वो
I
निखिल
didn't.
कौन सा था, उसको नहीं लेना था भाई. उसको नहीं लेना था. And that's where Harsh Thakkar would have been much better, but he would have been selected if he was fit. So yeah,
When do you think Vinay will be playing for Canada?
bro, I'll tell you something. Vinay is an excellent bowler.
Okay, he's gonna clip this.
He's played in India proper, like he was training to be a cricketer. He's an excellent bowler though. It's just that like I like to mess around with him, and he has like this एकदम से कुछ ना कुछ करता है, फुलटा देता, क्रिकेट देता, but he's a very good bowler. His action is smooth, pitches the ball right. He's never got me out. I play him because I'm a good player against Vinay, and but otherwise I'm telling you honestly, he's a very good bowler. He could have played if he took cricket seriously. Very good fielder. When I first met him, he was working on his game. He was still like in the flow, fitness and everything, and he trained me. Like the reason why I'm being able to him and Ashish, these two used to take me to the nets. I mean Ashish more because I'm closer to him, but Ashish used to take me to the nets and bowl. Vinay, once I won't forget what he did specifically was he was umpiring, and then he did fielding one-on-one with me for like 1 hour, and then after that I became a good fielder, like after those sessions I did with him. So yeah, he's good, man. It's just that like his brain malfunctions at times, otherwise he's a very good player.
Then it's good. I mean, obviously, you gotta also mention he's playing next year in America, hopefully. Next year or like next month? I'm not sure. I forgot.
He's played at the Uppal. He's played at Hyderabad, Rajiv Gandhi. He's played over there. He's played in Delhi. He's bowled to. I won't pheka marta, but he has like proof because this guy he has played. I know that for a fact. He's bowled to Sehwag as well.
अब तो पाद दो कमेंट्स भाई, पाद दिए तुम्हारे कमेंट्स कितने की बात
नहीं तुम्हारे लेने बहुत ले लिया भाई, वही आते. You're like a 30. Are you? How old are you? Like 12 years old or what? Like come on, bro.
जरूरी है अब तो
डिज्नीलैंड में कैंडी नहीं मिल रहा वैसा. भाई कैंडी दो इज लाइक दैट. भाई आपके कमेंट्स पूरा एक शो आपके लिए करे हम लोग 2 दिन पहले रिटेंशन का. अब मैं क्या करूं, अगर तुम कहीं और ट्राई करो मैं कुछ नहीं कर सकता आपके लिए. लाइक कम ऑन बड़ी.
बेचारा आई थिंक क्रिकेट कम हो गई बोल के उन्होंने भी थोड़े उतावले हो जा रहे, बट आईपीएल हो जाएगा 19 year old. Oh 19 years old.
Now I understand like that.
But still 19 years old, still like I don't think they'll act
no,
like
I
that.
was like this 19 years old, like
You were?
Yeah, bugging people.
आपको डिज्नीलैंड में छोड़ देते थे. डिज्नीलैंड में छोड़ देना था. तुमको डिज्नीलैंड में छोड़ देते थे. Mogi is also a very talented cricketer. He comes once in a while. He fields at square like he doesn't want to do a lot. He doesn't want to run around, but he wants first batting. रोहित जुगलान भाई का नंबर. What about it? What about it? We don't have a number. Neither of us have a number.
माशाल्लाह दाढ़ी रख के दाढ़ी वारी वजू कर रख के पैस वाह क्या.
I just said we don't have a number right now.
Not saying anything. I agree with whatever. How you're dealing with this guy is remarkable, man. I don't have this much patience.
Dr. Footy का नंबर भाई. आपके पास तो है भाई. आप खुद रीलों में आ रहे भाई. क्या मेरे को पूछ रहे भाई. Why indeed to ask you personal? Why do you want to ask in personal questions? Like why would you want that information? We're not even that famous that you would want. शकील भाई, लाइक इतनी हमारे में वो भी नहीं है कि कुछ हम कुछ जिंदगी में करें ही
Vinay,
नहीं
Vinay,
तो।
I want to ask you. Sorry, first to cut you, but Vinay, I want to ask you, the Delhi Capitals fan. So I want to ask who would his retentions be? And I just realized you don't. I mean, I realized yesterday you don't have to retain all five players. So like Punjab and stuff will have a lot of money in the kitty. I think we did speak about this. But Vinay, who would you retain if you had the choices? I'm thinking Rishabh Pant, Akshar Patel, Tristan Stubbs, Magar.
रेवंत रेड्डी का नंबर मोक्ष, हाँ सॉरी मोक्ष बोलते हैं all the-
But yeah, who Vinay would probably who would he retain from Delhi Capitals?
him, Toronto number, but not Rohit Sharma.
What's happening, bro? Donald Trump doesn't want to debate anymore.
I don't know, man. Donald Trump, बेचारा like क्या है,
Pant
बुड्ढा हो
Aksar
गया.
Kuldeep Magark. Pant Aksar Kuldeep Magark.
What about
Stubbs.
Stubbs, bro? What about Stubbs?
I think that's very good. Kuldeep, amazing shout. Aksar, amazing shout. Pant, amazing shout. I think Magark. Yeah, there you go.
Not here को लाइट ले ले finally. I
ना
think
भाई
unfortunately
लेना पड़ेगा
काफी
उसको
काफी पिट गया अभी बीच में.
इंजरी भी वो नहीं है राइट
अरे रे रे नहीं इंजरी प्रोन भी है एंड या अगेन
तुम अरे रे इसलिए नहीं बोले इसके कमेंट पढ़ के बोले ना
नहीं गाना गा रहा था मैं अरे रे क्या हुआ नहीं बट लाइक ओ वाओ क्या ही बोलूं मैं अब इट्स जस्ट वियर्ड मैन लाइक अपन क्रिकेट की बात करेंगे भाई क्रिकेट के बारे में बात करेंगे अपन व्हाई यू वांट टू टॉक अबाउट सेंसिटिव टॉपिक्स पर्सनल क्वेश्चन
back to the cricket. So like yes, India Bangladesh का यही है कि बारिश हो रही. We didn't get that much cricket today. 100 and odd for 307 for 3. I think England Australia, very nice game going on right now at the home of cricket at Lords. I'll just give you an update on the score. 200 for 3 right now. Harry Brook killing it, bro. 71 of 48. 71 of 48. छक्के मार दे रहा Labuschagne. इन लोग को Smith भी is batting very well. So watch that game. There's still how many overs? 11 overs to go. 11 overs to go. So they can, bro, 11 overs, 300 on the cards, 100 runs, 11 overs. Yes, you can do that.
Yes.
England, remember, need to win this game to draw the series and then take it to the 5th ODI. So hopefully we get a full game. I'm very excited to go and watch this match after this show. But until then, we'll take your comments and questions. इस पिच पे कम से कम 50 होना चाहिए और विराट कोहली. बिल्कुल सर, आई अग्री विद दैट. होपफुली आई वांट दैट टू हैपन.
जिस तरीके से बैटिंग कर रहे हैं डेफिनेटली नेट्स में एक्सटेंडेड बैटिंग कर रहे हैं एंड ऑल ऑफ दिस ऑल द हार्ड वर्क इज पुटिंग डेफिनेटली आना तो चाहिए 50. प्रॉब्ली आपको एक्स्ट्रा एक बेनिफिट 100 भी मिल सकता है उनके. आई थिंक ही इज पम्प्ड फॉर दिस टेस्ट. लाइक ही रियली वांट्स टू गेट सम रन्स बिफोर वरना वो फिर सवाल शुरू हो जाएंगे उसको ड्रॉप करो ये करो. लाइक यू नो हाउ पीपल कैन गेट फॉर eyeballs, they'll say anything. न्यूजीलैंड में भी अगर नहीं मिले उसको रन्स then again they start irritating him. So I think it'll be good for his psychology as well. Like अगर उन्हें मार लिया.
And Australia are playing a good bowling attack. It's not like Mitchell Stark is playing, Hazelwood is playing, Abbott, Zampa, Marsh, Glenn Maxwell. Like maybe you're just missing Cummins. Otherwise, it's a very very good bowling attack.
Yeah, 100%. And again, like Australia, we know what they're capable. Like they've also performed well in this the first two ODIs. Travis Head bhi nahi khela tha third ODI. Is he playing today? I'm not sure. But yeah, they've got enough people. And England ke liye, you know, Vinay Dati wanted good call to make Harry Brook the captain again. I think it's a fantastic call. We saw Phil Salt was getting more distracted in the T20 when he was given the captaincy. Thoda distracted dikh raha tha. But yeah, I think Harry Brook has been good. And again, Josh Butler, we can't forget him. When he comes back, he will be the captain. I don't think Harry Brook will take
I thought it was early. I'll be honest with you. But it was again, it depends on the results and everything. It was early, but like they trust this guy a lot. They see something in him that nobody else sees. They like rank. I mean, me and Faiz are huge Harry Brook fans, but even more than us, the England team, the amount of responsibility they give him, and he was. He's been in and around that all three formats. So I think they just probably want to. Sometimes it's fine to put them in the hot water, right? Like Graham Smith, he took captaincy when he was 22 years old. He was very young. He was successful. So if you're asking, it was early, yeah. But right now, it's looking like it's good experience for him. And like Fair said, Butler will come back. It's not like he's permanent captain. And I think it's a good move looking at the future, right? आपको मालूम हो जाता कि at least Butler के बाद कोई है. So I think that's good.
बिल्कुल. नेपाल में फ्लड लाइक सिचुएशन है और उसी का असर कानपुर में दिख रहा है भाई. आई थिंक कोई ऊपर से obviously नेपाल and all of this नीचे डाउनस्ट्रीम हो रहा है. बट अगेन 2 दिन का बताया गया था बारिश का. आई डोंट नो अब कब तक will it be impacting the whole test match. That is what we'll have to see. But yeah, it does spoil the momentum and stuff of the whole match and stuff. Like अच्छा खासा first test भी अच्छा खासा हुआ. Like we wanted a good second test, and like I said, India के टेस्ट आ रहे तो इम्पैक्ट हुआ तो बहुत बुरा लगता है. और कोई क्रिकेट लाइक अगर इंग्लैंड ऑस्ट्रेलिया अच्छा चल रहा है, बट अगर ऑस्ट्रेलिया मार दिए तो खत्म हो जाएगा. सो या आई मीन आई डू अंडरस्टैंड दैट, बट बारिश ऐसी चीज आप कंट्रोल नहीं कर सकते, तो क्या ही बोल सकते हैं उसके बारे में. भाई, आई वांट टू आस्क अडल्ट क्वेश्चन. टाइम क्रिकेट, व्हाई
There
एवरी
are
टाइम क्रिकेट अडल्ट क्वेश्चन आल्सो शुड बी देयर.
there are hotlines if you want to ask adult questions. You can find them online.
हॉटलाइन ज्यादा नो हार्ट हो जा रही बेचारे. आई थिंक व्हाई एवरी टाइम अडल्ट क्वेश्चन शुड आल्सो बी देयर, बट आई
नहीं
गेट योर
भाई, ये देखो,
क्वेश्चन.
क्रिकेट का पॉडकास्ट है, इसमें मोस्टली स्पोर्ट्स के ही बारे में बात करेंगे.
चेसिंग द टारगेट यानी कि मतलब जो टारगेट आपका ग्राउंड पे बनता है, नॉट द अदर टारगेट. आपका कोई टारगेट हो तो हम उसको
ये पॉडकास्ट स्पोर्ट्स के लिए एंड स्टफ. एंड देखो, पर्सनल टाइम पे देखो, आपके है होंगे दोस्त, उन लोग से पूछो. हमारे लाइक you can ask them, no problem. Like please don't mind it. मगर आप जब पूछते हैं क्रिकेट के, हम जवाब देते हैं.
हम खुद इतने बड़े अडल्ट नहीं हुए अभी तक भाई. हम अडल्ट इनफ नहीं है. अडल्ट क्वेश्चन हम तो जवाब भी नहीं दे सकते अडल्ट क्वेश्चन का.
मैं खुद इमेच्योर बंदा हूँ. लाइक तो I'm not an adult yet.
That's what. So वही है कि अभी ये सब I don't care. अब stick to cricket. We like your IPL comments. We like when you come into the mix with what do you call कोई इंडिया का क्वेश्चन है, कोई बांग्लादेश का, वो सवाल पूछा. अब आईपीएल का पूछो, we don't mind it, but these things like we just try to ignore it because again it just doesn't make sense right now. Why would we talk with each other about these things?
I believe Abdullah, our SRH guy. Yes, he is incredible.
100%.
I mean, that's where the captaincy will be tested today. If Australia get off to a flyer, then his captaincy will be tested. But let's see. I'm hoping it's true too, just so that we have a final, and then that'll be good. And it's great to see the crowd in England. Even I was speaking to my dad the other day. He was enjoying it thoroughly, like the matches, because full crowd. It's nice. The grounds are of course amazing. Weather is good, like holding up. So I think just the whole atmosphere is pleasant to watch on TV as well. So yeah, I hope that it goes.
Even today, the Kanpur, like a lot of people did come up there. Like it was good to see the crowd.
Yeah.
A bit of stands were full as well.
Do you think Virat Kohli, if you remember, gave in the press conference, I think it was like 3 years ago or 2 years ago, during COVID time or before that, he said that we should have 5 test centers like Mumbai, Chennai, Bangalore, like the big test centers, and that's where you have the test matches, and then T20s, one days you can go into the other cities and everything. Do you agree with that, or do you think test cricket should go in other cities also?
I should go in other cities as well. Like again, I get it कि आप crowd wise अगर बोल रहे, but then like जो लोग को नहीं दिखते हैं avid cricket fan, मोहाली बंद कर दिए थे यार बीच में. Like मोहाली was the very big center for cricket in India. आप उसको बंद कर दिए. And like कानपुर में तो कितने की साल के बाद, I think 4 साल के बाद ही मैच हो रहा है. Like it's the 24th test over there, I think. So everyone wants to get a feel of the Indian cricket team. If it's only going to be in 5 things, then you have to visit every time, and people don't get that time in India. They don't have that luxury of like getting offs that easily. Particularly थोड़े जो बेचारे, they do manual work and stuff like that. थोड़े लोग, they just, I think for that reason I would want test cricket to be, but that also it's a fair point what he's saying. I mean, if you have 5 test and constant crowd reactions and stuff like that. But if you look at England, everywhere you go, you have a test match. It's not like they have test centers over there like Australia, but it's majority जो cricket is just in all around the country.
They kind of do. If you see like Australia,
it's the same ground. Yeah,
Australia in particular have it. England, but then again, like you said, they don't have that many cities. Where in India, there's a lot
of population. Like they don't have the population. In a one-day game, you see any Indian city is string T20. That's why he's saying test, because test पे public आती नहीं देखने. I understand.
Like Old Trafford, Nottingham, जो है Trent Bridge, Leeds, और ये आपका Lords Oval, Punch. Yeah, Rose Bowl तो mostly T20 one days रहते हैं.
You can do what he's saying, but I just think like in India the population is so much like, and then फिर ticket यार वो problems इतने होते हैं hacking के, we know what we go through, like कोई ये कर देता, कोई वो कर देता. But again, if you look at it from a totally price point kind of thing, like you'll have fuller grounds, people will come down. But how many people will go to watch also in Wankhede when you put a test match, or when you put a test match? It's not always full. Anywhere in India, never a test match. I went to India, I was in New Zealand. In Hyderabad, it wasn't full, but Hyderabad usually people do turn up. Like even for Pakistan, Australia warm-up match, you remember you and Mox came later on. It was pretty full. So like these places, they also like. It's not like just because the city is big, people will come to. बड़ी city में तो और लोग busy रहेंगे, तो आएंगे कौन?
या वो तो क्या बोलते सो टेस्ट क्रिकेट इन जनरल अपार्ट फ्रॉम लाइक वो बॉम्बे में कभी कभी अगर सचिन रिटायर हो रहा था ये वो टाइम पे
तब
फुल था अदरवाइज
हाँ
लाइक
वही
या बॉम्बे में आते लोग बट लाइक ऐसा फुल फुल में उतना नहीं
कहीं
दिखा
नहीं होता भाई.
लास्ट टाइम आई थिंक आई सॉ फुल वाज ईडन गार्डन्स वो जो पिंक बॉल टेस्ट मैच था
अब आप दुलीप ट्रॉफी देख लो, बैंगलोर में हो रहा था, अच्छे खासे प्लेयर्स थे उधर, कोई भी नहीं आया फर्स्ट मैच में. लाइक बैंगलोर भी खाली पड़ा हुआ था. सो इट्स नॉट लाइक वी जस्ट डोंट हैव अ पेशेंस एज एन सपोर्टर. हमारे पास उतना पेशेंस नहीं होता कि हम 5 days बैठ के देखेंगे. इंग्लैंड में क्या है, लोगों के पास लाइक दे वांट टू एंजॉय द आउटिंग इज दैट. हम आउटिंग नहीं लेते इसको, हम लाइक अरे कंपटीशन है, वो लोग खेल रहे थे. I think general public, not for avid cricket fans. So
yeah and
it's
I
different
feel that
psychology.
like yeah like
And the grounds interiors are better, the facilities are better, a lot of other thing infra. अब यहाँ पे क्या है, नहीं होता, चल के जाओ उधर तक जाओ, तब फिर सीट ढूंढो, फिर आप. So it's like that.
I
uh,
used to despise the Australian team, but I am not sure why I have been supporting them for the past 5 years. It changed drastically. How about you guys? Who are you rooting for between England and Australia?
I used to despise the Australian team, but I'm not sure why. I think England, man, for me as well with Mustafa. I think I'm going to be there. I do love certain Australian players. I'll not be. I'm not going to lie. I do like certain Australian, like Usman Khwaja, one of my favorite Test batsmen as well. I really enjoy his batting. Uh, Travis said obviously what he did in WCC. But yeah, England is just more entertaining to watch. I think what they've done with the game. For me, it's always England and Ben Stokes. What he did in Leeds, like I can't forget that.
Today I want England to win, so they tied. But in general, yeah, before I used to remember the Ashes. I used to support England with the
And
flame
also,
of
I think we used to hate Australia in 2000s.
yeah,
We just
yeah.
hate.
But now I don't really support anybody. I look at like Faz said, we just target players and we support them. Like Travis said, like a Sunrisers players, that's what we do. Like it's more about the players because the teams are also not now more balanced, right? So it's you want to see a good context. I don't have a problem if Australia win or England win. I just want to see good context, which I saw in the last Ashes. That was proper. I enjoyed it. I was not supporting anybody. Yeah, I liked individual performances. I really enjoyed Pat Cummins, the way he played. Not only, of course, he's a Sunriser, but you saw the way he batted in that first test in Birmingham. It was a pleasure to watch.
Look at what Hardik was saying. I support Australia because I believe they're much nicer. No, man, they're also nasty. Like everyone is. When it comes to Ashes, they all go wild. And I think what documentary they accept have Amazon Prime pay. Like everybody has tricks under the season. Again, see, I don't want to be the one to call it out, but Sandpaper was done by Australians. They were not done by English
They
people.
were
Like,
nasty in that series. It's just
so that
once
was bad. I'm saying they go like David Warner looks like a very nice guy on the field. He's the best to have like around the dressing room, but he also has a bad side. Everybody has a
very
bad side.
nasty, bro, yeah.
So I think
वो तो शुरू करा उसको लड़ाई जो क्विंटन डिकॉक के साथ देखो याद है like during that same test match with going up the stairs they got into a first fight, right? Like it was him and Quentin de Kock who got into that fight, and then next 2 days later, the guy got caught. What's his name?
Everybody has their problems. Like I think Mitchell Stark also. If you look at him when women like try to talk to him, he want like fans को rival reply नहीं करता ज़्यादा उन्हें. He's strict about his business. But see, that's his way of coping with this pressure. Maybe.
It just depends on when you catch them.
Pat Cummins is a very nice guy. Pat Cummins, I think, is a fantastic guy. Like what we've seen.
It just depends on when you catch them. What is the mood and what is the situation? That's the thing. I met Steve Smith and he was so nice to me. But I caught him at a good time where he was it was like months after the sandpaper game and he was coming back into cricket. So he was like on his best behavior. So like it just depends on when you meet a person, what time and all that.
But yeah, in general, I think England, because of the style of play, and they're just more open to being challenged, like open to criticism, challenging and stuff. Like it's just fun to see a team doing something unusual, right? And like you see Australia more traditional in their approach and stuff. So that's why probably I just got bored of that Australian 2000s. I didn't like them a lot. Ricky Ponting was like, though he was one of the best players in the world to see in life, but I just never enjoyed them because they won everything. They spoiled my childhood. Like they traumatized me a lot.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Just now I look at it and I enjoy. I go and watch the old videos and I enjoy it. But that time,
one more Australian that I really love, Adam Gilchrist. I really like him a lot because again Hyderabad, but like also before that, any wicket-keeping batsman I was most feared was probably Adam Gilchrist.
Yeah, he was outstanding. He was outstanding.
Yeah.
Good. Hayden was also nasty, man. But
Yeah,
what a
Hayden
player,
was fantastic. Matthew Clark, sorry, Matthew Clark ही था ना? Michael
Michael.
Clark, Michael Clark. उन्हें भी कंट्री
Get
था भाई उन्हें भी.
क्या बोला था उन्हें एंडरसन को?
I don't remember.
You get ready for a broken
So,
arm.
yeah.
That he regretted it after he apologized and stuff, but that was yeah. Basically, he was aggressive, man.
Yeah, so there are a lot of see both the sides are very good players. Both the sides like you can support anyone at the end of the day. It's your call. And like, Ashes over the years, I always went towards England. Particularly after 2007, that and like those Ashes were like the best we've seen, right?
Best
Like
was
crowd,
2005, by
like
hands down.
2005, and like that
Second
that
best
era
was
when he was fighting
yeah.
back, when England was
Second
fighting back,
best
and
would
England,
have been this one, man. Last year, if
yeah,
that Manchester
at the
didn't win, it
Manchester,
would have been.
yeah, yeah, and they didn't declare probably, and they didn't declare.
No,
But
but
I
even
think
they declared that added to the drama and everything. अगर Manchester में मार दिए थे तो it would have been 2-2 going. It would have been crazy, bro. Hadibrook fat shamed Hyderabadis while he was at Sunrisers. He made fun of Hyderabadi biryani.
yeah, I mean they won't understand cultural difference है वो तो कुछ ज्यादा कर नहीं सकते आप like what do you want to do make him feed biryani
Who
like
did he fat shame?
I don't know like Hyderabadis I think he's saying just because he called biryani he made fun of biryani so he fat him I think it probably because of the players पेट बढ़
They,
जाता सब
in this generation, I mean, in the last few years, because of sandpaper, they've become a bit nicer. They've worked on that. You can even see on Amazon Prime and everything. They've worked on that, like because thing. But on the field, generally they're very aggressive. They're nasty. They get and also under the breath sledging karte hain log. It's not. They're not.
भाई
They have a straight face. They're not
आप
like you know how Indians get emotional, like Virat Kohli and stuff like that. They will say whatever Virat Kohli is saying, but with a straight face, so you won't know that he's swearing.
आप पब्लिक को ही देख लो like how they banter the players on the pitch सिराज को बोल दिए उसको बोल दिए साइमंड और भज्जी का जो चला था उसके बाद आप ग्राउंड में हसन अली वार्म अप कर रहा उसके पीछे आप लौंड पने कर रहे हो उसके stuff like that so like you have to like say that and when you go to Australia it's not easy why do you think these
And
players
India's
like
going to be
Ashwin
sledged this time, bro.
yeah,
This time,
Ashwin,
Swank and this guy's
like
going
when
to be
they
at
went
them.
like, yeah, they're going to be at the crowd is going to be at them, man. Like not even the player, the crowd will be at them. It's going to be hostile because they've not
This
won
time
in
it's
a
going to be
while.
hostile for sure. Because last time it was COVID going on and everything like that. And the time before there was no. It was right after sandpaper, so the Australian fans were pissed off at their own team. I think this time they're going to be right behind them. It's going to be packed crowds, and they want to win this series more than anything.
He did say that advice Hyderabad. I mean, that's what it is. It's just like he's not as obviously भाई उन्हें नहीं खाता बिरयानी तो उसको अपन
वो
फोर्स तो
तो
नहीं
फिर
कर
आपको लाइक इंडिया में खुद लोग बोलते हैं डोंट ईट बिरयानी हैव avocado and toast it's healthier have some beans have like egg whites
Honestly, English food is the worst. Like if you look at their breakfast and stuff, like they pump क्या कि black pudding ये वो like अपने को अच्छा नहीं अपन को नहीं समझ में आता. So it's like think from that aspect like they probably not understand what we're eating and we're not going to understand what they're going to eat, right? Like, but again, you just have to be fine with it. If he doesn't like it, he doesn't like it. That's his personal preference. We can't really have a comment on that. अब जैसे पाकिस्तान की team, they loved it. They kept saying अरे भाई क्या बिरयानी. But again, they're more desi, so they will understand that thing. Babar said it's more spicy, like he likes Karachi biryani better. So that's his preference. So you can't really pinpoint what someone wants to eat, what not to. But for me and Mustafa, when he came to Hyderabad, and if he had a stellar season, like it would have been amazing. But he did score a century in Kolkata. But yeah, we were upset when he was traded off because we know what talent he has and we've seen it. But chalo koi na nahi. He's proving his point now at least. But yeah, I think that pretty much wraps things up today. Day one, like we said, impacted by rain. Unfortunate, बारिश हो गई. Kusal and Kamindu Mendis making lots of noise for Sri Lanka, taking them to 602, finally declaring and giving New Zealand the bat before they lost 2 wickets as well before the day ended. Kane Williamson से बहुत expectation है अब. He really needs to step his game up if he wants to come back in that 5-4 kind of a conversation, kind of a thing. I think, and this is where you are tested, right? When you're the best, one of the best in the world, or at least in this format, you will have to show the patience and try to at least put up a fight against Sri Lanka and their spin. Though the pitch dictating will turn probably day 3. We'll come to see what happens tomorrow. But till then, I think we'll call it a night tonight. England versus Australia is still going on, where England is 232 for 4 and in 31 overs. 39 overs का match reduced हो गया है because of rain. And we'll come back tomorrow. Thank you so much, Karthik bhai,
Thank
Shakil
you.
bhai. Sorry अगर आपको बुरा लगा कुछ हम लोग बोले, but it was just our way of saying कि भाई हम लोग वो सब चीजों में indulge नहीं करते. We rather talk about the sport. Mox bhai, Mine, and everybody else who joined us, Ibrahim bhai as usual, Nihal, and everyone else, thank you so much for joining us, and we'll catch you very, very soon again. Have a nice day.